Welcome back, guys. So today let's talk about Once Upon a Deadpool, which is a PG-13 version of Deadpool 2 that came out to theaters for 2 weeks only, which is just a version of Deadpool 2 that is toned down for younger audiences, with new scenes of Fred Savage and Deadpool. Now, this is one of those things where me being old enough to watch R-rated movies, being an adult, I kind of thought this is a really weird thing because I really did love Deadpool 2. I thought it was great. It's a really good sequel, really fun, really funny. This one, since it's a PG-13 cut of it, it takes out a lot of good jokes because, of course, it's not R-rated. So this one I think is worse, even though there are still fantastic moments that are just moments in the movie that aren't vulgar. This movie suffers from being that. So I felt like this movie, in my opinion, for me personally, was kind of really pointless. This is a very pointless endeavor for me personally. And I'm not saying that nobody can like this movie, because this is a movie that is toned down just for younger kids. Like, I like that. I do appreciate that. Just for me, it took out a lot of the jokes that I thought were really good in the original cut. But I've got to give them props though, because the moments between Fred Savage and Deadpool are awesome. They are genuinely hilarious. And this movie might not have a true point to exist, but those moments between Deadpool and Fred Savage are incredibly hilarious. I laughed a lot in those moments in the movie, and I laughed in the moments in the movie that I've seen before, of Deadpool 2. There's great moments between them both, because what this movie is trying to accomplish is make it for kids, make it a younger version for kids to watch, teenagers to watch, and it does the framing device thing like like the Princess Bride, and actually puts Fred Savage back in the role where Deadpool kidnaps Fred Savage and puts him in a studio, which is recreated to look just like the room of the kid in The Princess Bride. That's really funny, and that's really clever, and I think that the jokes that they give each other is really funny. I love that, like, this is in the trailer, I love that joke where, like, Deadpool says, "We are Marvel," and then Fred Savage goes, "No, you're not. It's like if the Beatles produced Nickelback. It's music, but it sucks." Or, like, moments where, like, he's ripping on Nickelback, and he's like, they're absolutely stupid ear garbage. Like, just lines like that are just so silly with Fred Savage. Like, he was a good addition. He was a cool thing to be in this cut of Deadpool 2. And I thought that Deadpool, his reaction to Fred Savage and what he says is really funny. And I liked how they both had really great comedic timing in these moments. But these moments, I'd say, take about, I don't know, like 20-25 minutes worth of the movie. So they cut down all the stuff that was R-rated and add in those scenes. So it's still the length of Deadpool 2, but just not as good in terms of the Deadpool 2 scenes, even though there are a lot of scenes that are great and hilarious, even when that are not vulgar and they're not edited, but still. But there's a lot of great scenes that are missing, like the opening to Deadpool 2 R-rated version, where, like, Deadpool is fighting all of these people, like massacring all these people, and the song 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton plays is awesome, but that's not in this cut because it's Deadpool ripping people to shreds. And, like, the moment the moment after Vanessa dies in the theatrical cut of Deadpool 2, like the R-rated version, it has that Celine Dion song she made just for the movie, while it is like a James Bond type open. That's not in this cut either, which is unfortunate. Those two moments I noticed were big parts of the movie that I missed. I really wish that they were in this movie, but it would have made the movie rated R. So this is a really weird thing to talk about, because I do love the R-rated cut of this movie, but even though this one is neutered down for kids, which is totally fine because kids like Deadpool 2, it's just unfortunate for me not to see those scenes in this movie, like, that I thought are really funny that are R-rated. but the Fred Savage and Deadpool parts are really funny. They're really good, genuinely hilarious. And I felt like overall, like this one was neutered, but it had a lot of funny additions. So it's a weird thing. Like if I had to choose between one, I would obviously watch the R-rated cut of Deadpool 2, but this one was fun though. This was a very fun time still, even though it cut a lot of jokes I like that are R-rated. So and also this movie, Ryan Reynolds literally said and has been sponsoring this movie because he is giving $1, or Fox or him are giving away $1 for each ticket for this movie to go to charity for a charity thing called Fudge Cancer. So I like that a lot that they're releasing this movie for 2 weeks for younger audiences and to give for charity, like give $1 each ticket to charity. Like I think that is actually really cool. It almost warrants its existence, but I feel like it still doesn't because this. I'd rather watch the R-rated cut, but still, this one has a lot of good things about it, but it just doesn't have all the great things like the first cut of it is. So this one, I don't know. Like I liked a lot of it, but then there were parts I was like, oh, I wish I could have seen that. I wish that was in this cut, but it can't because it's not R-rated. So yeah, this one had positives. Deadpool and Fred Savage lashing back and forth with each other was really funny. I liked how this is got charity donations to it. I like that younger kids can watch this movie. I just prefer the R-rated version. So that's how I'll end it. I prefer the R-rated version, but this one has a lot of positive things about it too. So this might not have a real reason to exist in my eyes. But I still enjoyed this despite the issues I had with it, like just not seeing things I liked in the R-rated cut. So overall, Once Upon a Deadpool was a interesting experiment that's more for kids than adults, but it still has some fun new additions. So I did enjoy this overall in a lot of aspects. So thanks guys so much for watching. If you saw this, tell me down below what you think of it, and thank you guys so much.